Hello and a warm welcome to everyone on AIFF TV for a very special episode because today is the anniversary day of India winning the 2012 Nehru Cup, Gold Cup, which was held in Delhi, and we thought we would be going back memory lane and taking a look at that day, looking at what exactly had happened, and hence we have invited someone, waiting for someone to be joining us who played a very crucial role on that day, Mr. Gouramangi Singh, a former Indian national team captain, and he has played with the Indian national team with much repute for long years. People who had watched that match and people who remember that match will obviously remember Gouramangi heading in India's opening goal on that night against Cameroon, which went into the tiebreaker with to India win it for India to win it. Is a throwback day for us, so we are waiting for Gouramangi Singh to be joining us any moment. I believe he will be joining us as soon as possible, and there he is, my taller brother, as I call him, Mr. Gouramangi Singh. So nice to see you.
It's my pleasure to have to be on your the AIFF TV. I've been following this, and it's my pleasure. Nilandana, it's my pleasure to be here today.
The pleasure is entirely ours from everyone of the football family, and I believe all the friends, philosophers, and friends and fans are all waiting for this day. In fact, a very special chat. 8th anniversary, Mangi, on that day, 8 years back. Around this time, I believe the team was traveling from Greater Noida to the Nehru Stadium. You remember that day? This day rings any bell?
Of course, Nalda. Of course, I do remember almost not everything, but definitely a lot of it was one of the evening that even today that I do cherish, and I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life, because it was one of the good game that we played, and it was a huge win for us. Eventually, it went on to the penalty, Nehru Cup. I feel a little goosebump now, but like I said, I do believe that a lot of and all the Indian football fans who follow the Blue Tigers closely will definitely remember that particular match, because it was one of the very important match, huge win, and also I think it was a good start for our coach, Win Government, and it was his first tournament, and I think it was very good. Time flies. It seems like it hasn't 8 years hasn't been not very long, but yeah, time flies.
That's the trophy at the back. The trophy on the left side is the 2012 Nehru Cup, Gold Cup. I'm in Football House today, and it's very proudly displayed out there.
Wow, yeah, it was, yeah. Honestly, it was so much fun. I don't know how many people will remember, but those era of late 2000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, those 5, 6, 7. 5-7 years of Indian football. Yeah, we were in the final. We were playing final in numerous occasions, and yeah, we ended up winning few of them. And it was a great, memorable, and a lot of fun. Journey that we all had. And only there's all of them now. Sunil and Subrato are part of the team, but yeah, we do had some really good successful run and campaign in those 5-6 years, and even today being marked one of the very important, and yeah, it's just lovely. Thank you so much. Just to sort of try to look back.
Most welcome. That was we call that batch the class of 2011. That's the batch which played the Asian Cup and won the first 2 Nehru Cups, the AFC Challenge Cup final, qualified for the Asian Cup, and then after the post 2011, the team, a new look to team kind of, the team in transition won the SAF Cup championship in Delhi, and then it was again followed by the Nehru Cup win in Delhi. And Mr. Gouramangi Singh was part of all those squads and super talented matches. We'll be coming to those players in a short while. But moving on to some anecdotes, the first one tonight comes from Clifford Miranda. So Clifford Bhai from Goa has said very special win. Coming from the Bob era, that's the Bob Houghton era, we had already won 2 Nehru Cups. This was the first tournament under Wim Koevermans, and we had a completely different philosophy about football. Wim wanted to play it out from the back with the ball on the floor, and it was important for everyone to play well, especially a player like me. He says about himself, as I was quite senior. For the final, Wim emphasized on teamwork. He asked the strikers to keep a tab on their holding midfielder. The main aim was to not allow the Cameroon midfielder much space. Francis Fernandez, used to call him Habibi, was put to slot into the number 10 position. And we were told not to press hard, but go for it once, all out once they cross the center line. About the penalties, he says, when Sunil won the toss, he was captaining. I remember he came across, asked what we should do. I told him we should take the first kick and then we can put them under pressure, and eventually it happened. The question is, from a fan's perspective, a fan question from Nitin. He asks, what happens during the penalty shootout in that center circle when all people huddle together? What's the talk that goes on? That's a fan question.
Well, Nitin, it is like a bit difficult, like to recollect everything, every line that what had we, spoke on that center circle. But as far as I remember, being one of the senior players then, and I remember telling to each other, or rather you would say, reminding to each other that let's not run the emotion through our mind or the head, because I'm pretty sure the Cameroon wanted to win the final, but I think the stake was so high for us that we are playing in the front of like another 30,000+ people, and we wanted to win so much for them, and also for the new manager who just recently arrived, and we wanted to do so much. And when we see the atmosphere, you were there, Anuraganda, in the stadium, and it was just so much of fun. And but I think, like I said again, coming back to, we just try to remind each other that let's not let the emotion run through our mind. We get a big, let's try to keep things calm, and if you can score those penalty, you never know. So I think eventually it pays off, and yeah, it was a brilliant last penalty, right, where Subroto,
it hit the bar of the rebound, hit Subroto, and it kicked it out. Yeah, and there were some thousands of people who barged onto the ground. I believe the team manager pulling his hamstring. Srini was at that time there, running after him. I was tempted to run onto the ground, much fatter myself, but obviously had some other duties, could not agree to. And lot many of your fans, many, but some players who have been fans of yours and some current team players have joined us. Amrinder says, "Superstar mera bhai," comes from Amrinder Singh. Chinglen Sana says, "Hello, legend."
Thank you, Chinglen Amrinder.
Sandesh Arjuna Jhingan just joined. He said, "The great Mangi bhai." That's a comment from Sandesh Jhingan.
Yeah, and they're good boys. Every time, whenever we get a chance to meet or even have a chat on WhatsApp or phone, I'm a big fan of them, to be honest. Even Sandesh, honestly, Sandesh, congratulations once again. I've done it on the phone, but I'm going to do it now here. You deserve it, everything, and continue, keep going what we have been doing for the last many years now. And I look forward to see you more doing the real job that you have been doing. And big fan, brother. Chinglen, just keep working hard, and also Chinglen, Amrinder, just all the best for your upcoming season for the ISL, and we'll be watching you guys. That's a fun part.
You speak about good boys, but there's someone who confesses that I wasn't a good boy, and that's Mehtab Hussain. Mehtab says I was the bad boy because I was there to do my job, so I did not want to be a good boy on that night, magical night. And he said in an interview with the official website, my colleague Mr. Shreyas Jain did the interview. He said, "I could not sleep that night. I look back at the match as my career's best match. The feeling of winning a trophy for my country in front of so many fans, creating history. There were crazy scenes in the dressing room." Comes from Mehtab Hussain. Describe those scenes for us. What happened in the dressing room? Some of the scenes, because those we cannot get. I was lucky enough to get in, but the others can't. So if you could, what happened?
I mean, I think it's as always expected, like, when you win a cup and you all went into the dressing room, and the feeling is something that you cannot describe with words. And I think I remember, like, because we have this ice bath, those buckets. After the match, we always do the ice bath, and I don't know how many players got to do the ice bath, like, because I remember events like, holding the buckets and, throwing the ice water, like, to each other. And I remember, I think even the manager went out for some time, like, he doesn't want to get wet. So I think we didn't leave not too many in the dressing room. So we were like just so happy. I mean, just it's a joyous feeling, winning a tournament, and then also Nehru Cup, and doing it for the country. Nothing like it. So those are the best days. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's why I said celebration was crazy. It might sound, but like, we were just throwing the ice water, like, just pouring to each other. So probably like, the one who were a little bit naughty, and they were trying to, running after everyone. So I think that's what exactly happened in the dressing room.
Robin was running here and there to save his, what do you say, the stereo, so that the water does not damage the stereo.
Yeah.
And after he managed to keep it at a safe place, he was the leader at that time. There's also another anecdote from a former coach of yours, Mr. Savio Madeira. Currently the head of coach education. Savio was with the team as the assistant coach at that time. And he looks back at the pre-match video analysis which the team had done. There used to be a lot of discussion. The team spirit was exceptionally high. And heading into the final, we knew that they were good. They, in the sense, Cameroon, were good on the flanks and will be trying to get in the crosses. Hence, we tried to block them there on the flanks and frustrate them as much as possible. They started losing patience. And the match went to the tiebreaker. We could have won earlier, but the match went to the tiebreaker. With Mr. Wim Koevermans, you have been playing with him. You have captained India under him. He paid a lot of stress on highlighted video analysis in his coaching sessions. If you could, now you are currently a coach, and at that time you were a player, what goes on through those video analysis, those sessions?
Nilanjan, I think, as Savio sir said, he's someone who I look up to from the very small, and he's even today. Just wanted to, he encouraged me even today if I'm slowly trying to learn the other side of the game, that's coaching. And I got into, I have said, I think, number of times in other interviews where I would like to give the credit to Savio sir, because he helped me, he encouraged me, like, remember asking me, have you thought about what are you going to do after playing or done playing football? So that's when I start thinking about, so that's when I start looking for what can I do, what should I do? So coaching is something very close to the game after playing. So that's when I'm here today. But saying that, I think whatever all he said, I think it's very much there and evident for all of us in the team to see that, because Wim brought in a completely different style of coaching, the style that he wanted to play, the kind of equipment that he wanted to use, or he was using it. It was all for us, or to us, was a lot of things were new, and I think we all adapted soon. And like you said again, his coaching was very much rely or based on the video analysis, statistics, which helped us a lot. I mean, today in this whatever modern football that we are in today, we talk about those 4 moments in the game. Those are the foundation that we talk about. We get to read on newspaper or anywhere. As a coach, we talk about those 4 moments in the game, or the attacking of football, attacking or defending, or positive or negative transition, which is something that I got to hear for the first time when Wim came to the national team. And it was not just about asking us to do, but he was more about trying to educate us as well, like, to understand the awareness of the game and the importance of all these transitions, importance of these 4 moments of the game. So I definitely, it was a big takeaway for me, like from my time with Wim. But I think a lot of credit, again, like you said, because his system and everything was so much based on the video analysis. So I think I remember it was Sankar, right? Like, so who who was not sleeping. I mean, continuous maybe couple of nights when if we are having or playing a tournament like Nehru Cup, when you are like every 3 days or 4 days you have to play a match, then he has to be ready with all the individual clips about what could have done better, everything, all the statistics or video analysis clips. He has to be ready by morning. So I remember like he came training at times like, oh, I had a long night, oh, but eventually I think we are the one. I think we should thank to not just him but all the medical staff, everyone, the kid, the manager, everyone. So I think they play key role and huge role. So I mean, thank you guys. I mean, whatever the time that I had, like, with the team, it was amazing. I had beautiful years.
Amazing times, obviously, good old memories. We move to a fan question. It comes from a guy whose nickname is I Am German. And he asked that that was your third Nehru Cup victory. It was at a time when India were unbeatable at home. 2007, 2008 AFC Challenge Cup, 2009 Nehru Cup, 11 SAF, 2012 Nehru Cup, which we are speaking about. But it was also during this phase where we, India, took on Asia, or should I say the entire world, because we were pitted in a group with 2 World Cup teams and the other was in the playoffs, Bahrain, in that year. We are referring to the class of 2011, obviously in the Asian Cup. And the question is, some 50 years from now, which is 2070 maybe, what will be that significance, the significance of that Asian Cup in the history of Indian football?
Lazada, I think when we qualified, after winning the AFC Challenge Cup for the Asia Cup in 2011, I think we did like after 23 years, if I'm not wrong. So probably it was a wake-up call for all of us, and sort of a sense of realization that we can do it, and we can be part of those, top 20 or 25 teams. And so I think everything somewhere starts from there, like 2011. Then the belief definitely, it goes up, like the confidence of the boys of the team. Then now, like they just recently again, last year they played the Asia Cup. So I think just what we need to do is that everything started from the 2011, and now what we need to do is like consistently can we feature, like constantly like among those top, can we feature among the top 10 or top 8 consistently, and be always there in the Asia Cup, like every 4 years without fail. And I think that's when, so I think for us to really talk about like the World Cup, I think it's a very long-term project, to be honest. So I think now, we're on the right track with the kind of facilities, exports, and infrastructure that we are now in the situation that we are in. Definitely, I think we're on the right track, and we should just focus on this and keep trying, and not just trying, but we have to feature among always, like every 4 years in the Asia Cup, and be among the top 10 teams. That is something that our immediate target should be. Then our chances of maybe featuring in the World Cup, because I think there will be chance, because I'm pretty sure today we are talking about the number of teams in the World Cup from 32 is going to increase to maybe 36, maybe to 40. So I think the chances, even it will grow, and we just need to work hard and keep trying, and be part of the top 10 in the country in Asia.
It all started from there, and definitely that's the aim. Mangi, when you came into that squad of class of 2011, obviously you are a settled player with much credentials. Now today people look up to you as Mangi Bhai, the great Mangi Bhai legend. But when you came into that team, there are some great names in that team. Means if Mahesh Gauli, Deepak Mondal, Baichung Bhutia, Rene Singh, Climax Lawrence, Samin Nayak, Surkumar, all of them were kind of just senior to you, much ahead senior than you. Tell us through those boys, your fanboy moment with all of them, means the quality in that squad of 2011.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Nilanda. I think I'll just give you this quick incident where I was in Tata Football Academy. I am a Tata Football Academy graduate. I spent my formative 4 years there. And you talk about these two centre back, because I play centre back. I'm just giving this example: Deepak Mondal and Mahesh Gauli. When I was in academy, they were already featuring and playing already a number of games for the senior national team. And after I passed out, had my little struggle here and there. Then when I got a chance to be part of the senior national team, those two individuals are already, I don't know how many caps they already had for the country. And to really even think or try to imagine that, can I break, or can I, when I'm going to get my chance? Like, it was to even think, it was tough. But, like I said again, eventually, to share the dressing room with them, not just Deepak Bhai or Mahesh Bhai, like, Sami Bhai, Baichung Bhai, Renedy, Abhishek Bhai,
Climax,
Climax. I mean,
Abhishek.
those group of boys. I mean, for us, we look up to them. We grown up, like, looking up to them, and eventually got the opportunity to share the dressing room with them was more than anything. I mean, that's what we want, and yeah, we had some years together, so that was amazing.
What did you
And
learn? What did you learn from them? Sharing the dressing room with them. What was your learning from them?
uh, I honestly speaking, I don't think so. It is wrong, and I'm very sure that the years that I got to spend with them, more than what I got to learn from them. I'm talking about what I got to learn from them on the football pitch. I got to learn so much off the pitch, the way how they are, the way how they take care of themselves, and also the way how they all are such a nice human being. They are very humble in a way. They are very calm. They don't let us even to think that, okay, we are growing and we are, like, developing to be a senior pro. They don't even make us realize. To them, I guess we are just that, hey, Mangi, that, or Sunil, or even Steven, or Pradeep. Like, we are, like, like the next generation of boys just coming just next to them, and we never fell, and they took really good care of us. And I think because of them, because today some of us managed to make our career in this game. I think a lot of, the credit to them, I mean, should be given, because they, as a senior, as a big brother, they really have supported us and helped us in different ways. So, I mean, they have done so much for us. Before us, they have done so much. They have played for the country for so many years, won so many things, and they today, even whenever we get a chance to meet them or talk to them, it's all we talk about, the time that we had together. And I think we still have we share the very cordial relationship to all of them. So they are legends. They are legends for me. They are someone who I look up to since very small, and even today I look up to. I have a huge respect to all of them. And if by mistake, if I say something wrong to them, I always go up to them and say, like, no, I'm sorry if I said something, no, I don't mean it. But they are just, all of them, people, everyone. I mean, Mahesh Bhai, Bachchan Bhai, everyone. I mean, just all good people.
What was absolutely something else. Speak from one place to the other, the quality which we had was excellent. Two players have also joined us. Adil Khan commented. Adil says, hello to you both. Hi, Adil. And you speak of TFA and that class of 2011. It's a kind of appropriate that Mr. Subrata Paul has just, pinged. Namaskar, bhai, very good to see you. Hope you are doing well, looking very fit, Coach Saab. Bhai, very good to see you. How are you doing? Looking very good, Coach Saab, and good luck for the second division Hero I League. Comes from Subrata Paul, class of 2011.
I call him Barebai. So Barebai, thank you so much. Because we started our journey together in 2001, 2000. So it's been 19 years. So I think we are growing all together. And thank you so much for your wishes, Dada, Barebai. And I mean, they are more than my friend. I mean, we still do. Because we are from the same batch of TFA, 6 batch of TFA, and we still have this WhatsApp group together, and we have so much of fun in the group, like many of them. And we try to meet whenever we can, whether it's someone's wedding or whether it's, I don't know, anything, family functions at times, if time allows us. And we always ended up bumping into each other, even off the pitch. I'm talking about not on the football pitch, but off the pitch, family functions, small get together here and there. We always try to catch up, and to help them, to meet them in my journey in this football. You know, they are like my brothers. I mean, for life, and you know, it's amazing. And so
Definitely. And
just all the best.
uh,
Yeah. And Adil,
go-
sorry, you know, I mean, he's another man from Goa. Like, you know, we know each other for so many years and been through some difficult times together. You know, he had a difficult years, a couple of years back when he was just, you know, recovering from his injury. And I think we had a chat over it also. And I'm so happy that he came back like a fish. And I mean, he just proved everyone wrong. And I think that's a way, that's the attitude, like, you know, for, you know, of a winner. And I think he's a real winner. I mean, the real winner. He has seen the life in the difficult times, and I'm so proud of him. I mean, I don't know how he did it, but you did it, brother. You know, just keep going. I'd love to see you more, you know, in many more years to come.
Indeed, we all are very proud of Adil Khan, the manner in which he has fought back. बड़े भाई सुब्रतो पॉल का anecdote है आपके लिए next. He says Mangi has always been in front of me. मेरा सामने Mangi रहा है TFA days से under 19 days, under 23 days to the national team and also the club. So many memories. हमेशा मेरे सामने मैं उनके पीछे ही रहता हूँ. He has been someone who has been constantly improving every day. Even today, despite him having retired, I guarantee that Gouramangi is still looking on aspects where he can improve. That's his speciality. That comes from Bade Bhai. Or I don't know what you call Sunil, by the way. Sunil also has an anecdote. In an earlier chat, in fact, with AIFF TV, has said, Mangi wasn't the most talented player around, but he had a rare quality which not all possess. Very few people possess that quality. Almost every people speak about that quality every time, but the hardest thing in life is to implement that quality. And if anyone can implement that rare quality better, there's no one other than Gouramangi Singh. Upon which I'd ask, rare quality hai kya? Bole sheer hard work. बोले कोई उनसे सीखे कि कैसे sheer hard work करनी है. And that's what Sunil says about you. The question is, there's a sync in what both Subrata and Sunil says. Take all the fans through your career, Mangi, from your TFA days to the under 19. You captain India under 19 at once upon a time. Were you still improving with each and every day? Are you still constantly improving?
I'm speechless. I mean, two of my colleagues, like whom I look up to, not because they have just really nice things about me, doesn't mean that I have to say nice things about them. I think they know about it. I have said them in front of them on the face that, you know, they both of them are such a workaholic. I have seen them closely. Even Sunil in the national team, and whenever we get a chance to talk or meet, Subrata knowing him for 19 years, both of them, I don't know from where do they get the energy. I don't know. Whenever we are together, they both just turn beasts when they find time. There's no excuse for them when it comes to training. They don't want to miss any single session. They are always there. And for them to, I don't know, I mean, today here, because of this live chat that we're having here, for them to, you know, telling me so much of nice things about me, it just makes me think, and what do I have? I mean, because I was just trying to do my normal things. Because one thing is, yes, I agree with them also. I know for the fact that I'm not the most talented player. I know the fact that I'm not the most. I wasn't the most like fast center back or the strongest center back. But what I do was I need to find a way to survive. So I need to play a game that suits and that can help the team win. So I think I try to understand what the coach wants from me. So I don't think so I tried anything extra more than any other players in the team. I just try to understand. I just try to understand that what the coach wants and, you know, what exactly he's looking, because eventually the goal of the coach or the player is the same, because both of them want to win the football match. And I think if I can help, because I was a player today, that's what exactly I'm expecting today, learning to be, you know, already playing a different role today as a coach. And what I'm looking from the players is, because eventually the end result is the same, winning. So what I'm expecting from them is, can you help, meet us halfway? I'm not asking, I'm not trying to stop you from doing things which you don't want to, but can you do things that what I want to as well? So that we talk about a system. So I think to both of them, thank you so much. Thank you, Bhai, I mean, Bare Bhai and Sunil, Bhai, I mean, you both are legend, just continue inspiring. I know so many people, like, that they are just, dying to, or even like, look forward to, they keep calling me. It's like, can I meet Sunil? Can you help me? And it's just to have an autograph from him. Can I just attend a session for Subrato's goalkeeping session? I was like, I was like, they write to me, and I was like, okay, man, I will try to help you. I'll try to help you. I will try to, at least when I get a good time, I'll definitely, pass on this message to them, that there are so many people who even they don't know that, people are, I don't know, every corner in the country, they're following them. So coming from them, it's a big thing for me. And like I said again, I just try to do what I can, and yeah, they are such amazing, friends and colleagues. Just wishing them all the best as always.
Sure, best wishes to you, not only from both of them, but everyone, from one great player to two great players. That was Gouramangi Singh speaking about Sunil Chhetri and Subrato Pal. Well, if we track back to your career, the early under-19 days, very few do remember that you captained India under-19 to win the Young Rush Trophy. It was 2003, and that was very special victory. Some of the names, Subrato was there, Shubhashish, Habibur, Debobroto Roy, NS Manju was there, Vanlal Rova was there, yourself, Vimal Pariyar, Zerizit Sangha, Malsam Tulunga, the junior Mama, amongst all of them, captained all of them. How special was that victory? It was achieved against Botafogo in the final. From the Milk Cup, the team went to the Young Rush Trophy, if my memory serves me right. And you captained the team at that time.
Yeah. Oh, so it's been a long time. It's been a long time. In one way, I think it was important, Niranjan, because it wasn't, for me, the way how I look at things and the situation, because as both of my friends has mentioned also, that I want to improve, because I think if there's no challenge, there's no fun. Then I want to learn and I want to improve and to get better every day. So when I got my first chance to wear the national jersey, then it was for the under-17 youth championship in Abu Dhabi. So I was one of the squad member. I got few minutes to play. Then, from there, I kept working hard. And when I got a chance, to travel and be part of the squad for the Milk Cup and the Young Trophy. And one evening, this was in Goa, when Stephen Constantine was then the coach. He came to me. It was never a good feeling when you see that in the camp, towards the end of the camp, the final team is about to announce in 2-3 days before. And nobody likes, I don't think any player like, if coach call you, like, separately, you're like, oh, that means I'm not done enough. Like, so coach is calling you separately. That means maybe, okay, you have done good, but like, maybe you have to work harder. We'll invite you again for the next game. So I remember like one evening, I don't remember exactly which ground was that, but Constantine, Steve called me. He said like, okay, how are you? I was like, I'm fine, coach. So he asked me, I still remember the word, like, can you lead this team? It's like, then I was like, okay, it seems like I'm in the team now, like, so he's asking me to lead the team. So I still remember, I was like, yes, I can lead the team. So, the progression, earlier, I was just being, not about being happy, but I was happy to be part of the team. But now, I think, add on more responsibility to be a captain, to be, I think it's more like asking you to be more responsible, understand what's the team need, on and off the pitch, and, it's more like try to help me to develop as one of the senior player or one of the leader. So I think, honestly, thank you to Stephen Constantine, at least to have that faith in me and, get me that huge responsibility. And when we travel to Milk Cup and Young Trophy, and winning that again, yes, those are the best days. I mean, you're young and you're traveling all around Europe. playing those mini World Cups, teams from all over the world, not just from Europe, and playing the final against Botafogo. I think we won 3-1, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I mean, it gives so much of confidence. And I think all the coaches, Satyavan Balan, Steve Constantine, doctors, physios, manager, like everyone. I think it was just a very close, neat group the best that we had.
There's a comment coming from Sunil himself. SC11 is watching us. Sunil says, I still tell our national team defenders and some midfielders and even our attackers that Mangi Bhai has more goals for the country than all of them. Hashtag legend and important goals too. Comes from SC11. Obviously, very, very important goals. And you remember your goals. Means which one would you pick? On this day, 8 years back, you had put India in the lead against Cameroon. A goal against Bahrain, I very distinctly remember, in the Asian Cup or any other. Means you want to pick up any of your favorite goals. And that comes from someone. And that comes from someone who's been at the highest level, scoring just almost at ease, at will.
Nilanjana, honestly speaking, it will be very difficult. I remember, of course, some of the, the 6 goals that I scored for India, because it was very difficult for me to pick. But saying that, all the goals were so important for me, and some of the goals are very important, vital goals that I got to score. And because my primary job is to defend, so I never. During the 90 minutes, maybe I get 2 or 3 times or 4 times to go up close to the opponent goal area and see that if you can score. So really it happens for me that I will be always around in the opposition box. But when it happens, and it gives you so much of confidence again. So when you go up, when you go up, that you sort of pray this shit, like, oh sorry, we said that you pray this. I hope that I get to score, and say, so it's, I don't know, it's just a good feeling. I mean, I'm not a natural goal scorer. I don't know how to score. It just happened that I wanted to score. So when the headers and the free kicks, and I did it. So I mean,
Sunil says against Cameroon and Bahrain, that's my pick of your goals.
Yeah, if I don't know if he's watching, then yeah, those 2 goals are very important. I mean, very like final, of course, you need that lead, and we did it. So very important. Warren, very important. I don't know if Sunil remember. I know it is. We were in Mali. Those 2 goals are very important. But in Mali, we were playing against Bhutan, and for some reason we couldn't score. Like we were draw 1-1. And I think Sunil scored. I don't know what, we were draw 1-1, and it was semi-final, and we couldn't score for some reason. It was not happening, the goal. So we don't want to go to the penalty. And I remember, I think it was 120 minute or 119 minute. So just 1 minute away before we go to the penalty, and we got free kick. And I remember, it was Samir Naik who took the free kick. I think Abhishek Bhai headed the ball back, and for some reason I was there, and I just hit the ball in, and we qualified, qualified for the final, and we have to avoid the whole drama of penalty, shootout. So those are good memories to remember. Maybe I don't know whether it's the most important or not important to me, because Sunil, you score hundreds of goals for you. I'm pretty sure you can pick up important goals, but. I don't consider scoring goals is the most important for me, because for me the primary job is to defend, help defending, defend the team. So whenever I get a chance, for me all goals are important, and it's a memorable goals. And thank you to all my colleagues who helped me to be there. They are so good assists, and I managed to score.
8 years back also, Sunil scored against Cameroon on this day. The first penalty in the regulation time. First penalty which he converted to make it 2-2 was disallowed, and he had to again retake the penalty. which is
Yeah.
slotted home. And I believe the second in the penalty shootout, Robin started, and maybe Sunil was the second kicker, means penalty taker out there in that
Yeah.
penalty shootout against Cameroon on this day. Mangit, there's also, for you first started your career as a central midfielder, I believe. Means were you playing in central midfield?
Yes.
So how did that transition happen to come back into central defense?
Mm. Lanza, when I was in academy in TFA, I used to play as a defensive midfielder. But you know, as an academy player, I think when I look back, maybe the coaches wanted to try me in different positions. So maybe that on those particular year or days, they maybe thought of I better, you know, try out on the defensive midfield. Then even when I signed my first professional contract with even Dempo, I ended up playing as a defensive midfielder. So I think the whole transformation from defensive midfielder to centre back happened with Bob Houghton. He was one fine, I think, evening before the training session. He came up to me and said, like, you know, would you like to try it out playing in centre back? Before we were having this camp for the Asian Games. Even I was very much, you know, looking to establish for myself. It was my third year as a professional football player, but looking to establish myself as a seasoned campaigner, or as, you know, someone who's a regular starter in the club. I used to get like a few minutes, but not like always starting the games. It was never the easy when I look back. But for the Asian Games in the under 23 and the 2-3 senior, the camp that we had in Goa before we traveled to Doha for the Asian Games. So I think if today people remember me as a centre back, as someone who played the centre back, then I think definitely credit. You know, I give the full credit to Bob. Like, you know, he was the one who changed my position from and it worked, and I'm here today. Yeah.
More messages are coming for Sunil from Sunil and Subroto. Sunil says again for the match against Bhutan, reason was we were bad and missed plenty of chances. And yes, Mangi saved us the match, and some heat from Sir Bob Houghton. And Subroto says, "Why you don't trust me on during the tiebreaker?" That's what Subroto says. So I don't know what is this trust all about. What is this trust which he is referring to?
No, I think certain things we should just you know.
Let it.
No, but the thing is, you know, I mean, whether it's not, we don't want to. Of course, it's not about question of trust or not trust. Who want to go to the penalty, even if you have the best goalkeeper, if you have the Subroto Paul in the goal, you still don't want to go to the penalty shootout, because it is not fun. I mean, it can even give you a heart attack, like, you know, because you don't enjoy it. Even you have the best goalkeeper in the country, you don't want, like, you know, it's not fun. It's not fun waiting, you know. It doesn't give me good feeling. And I remember, like I said, against Bhutan in Maldives, it was like, oh man, are we going to go to the penalty box? That was the first question that comes to my head. And I hope that, like, this last free kick that we can end it up in a goal and, you know, just prepare for the final. So I think that happened. And Sunil, but it doesn't mean that we don't trust you. I think, you know, man, you kept us so many tournaments and matches, but that doesn't mean that we don't trust you. But it's not a good feeling for me personally. If you ask me, it can give me a heart attack. So I don't like to be on the penalty shootout.
We understand that there would be lot many activity and friendly banter in that WhatsApp group of TFA tonight. ये मैं guarantee से कह सकता हूँ. Well, rapid fire. We are coming to the end of segment 1 because we are nearing the hour mark. We'll go back to segment 2, but prior to ending the part 1 part. Subroto says, I don't take any pressure. I'm kidding, bhai. बड़े भाई ये कहता है आपको.
Whatever that we have come this far as a football player, or today I'm getting into coaching, but I think we have we understood each other, or we understand each other, since the day one, and we played so many games together for the country and even for the clubs also. And I think that sort of trust that we have among each other, I think probably that also one of the reasons where we managed to achieve at least something, with this game so far. And so I think it's sometimes you are lucky to have those people around you and playing with them, be part of them, and they have been, because both of them are super talented, and we both know. And I don't want to keep adding on, because people, I don't have to tell that Sunil is again probably once in 100 years we will have another Sunil Chetri. We will not have him again. So maybe another 100 years for India to have another Sunil Chetri or another Subrata Paul, because I don't know. I mean, it's so difficult because I have 100 of things in my mind that when I try to remember their names, when we talk about their names, because there's so much of positivity and their hard work and their dedication, and they're never saying no and never giving up. Those are the values I think that I pick from everyone, and I also try to see that can I be around them, can I keep at least following them, at least be having this healthy competition, even though we play completely one play in a striker, one play in the mid, one play as a centre back, one play goal. There's not really a competition, but I just wanted to just be around them. So I don't know, again, maybe people might just get bored talking about three of us just talking about each other, but yeah, I mean, we spent so many years together, so there's so many things that we got to learn from each other. I think that's the only thing that I want to take home, and that's what I do, watching them. Even today, it's an inspiration to see both of them going so strong. I think whenever I get a chance, I told them that just keep going. I want to see you guys another 5 years. And whenever I get a chance, I come watching you guys playing at stadium. Just keep playing.
So Subrata has expressed his desire to play under your coaching, by the way, in that other day in the chat with AIFF TV. May happen someday. Rapid fire questions. It's all about that class of 2011. No other questions, or rule यही है कि आपको एक नाम देना है, explanations नहीं. Who was the good boy in that class of 2011?
Good boy.
Good boy. The good boy.
I think Climax boy.
Climax boy, exactly. Climax Lawrence. And who was the naughtiest boy in that class of 2011?
Can I have two?
Okay, two.
Sunil and Steven.
Everyone says their name. Obvious. मेरे को इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. Sunil and
no,
Steven.
They're proud of themselves because we don't have that.
Absolutely.
Skill. They have that. Like, they're good. Like, yeah.
Absolutely. The other day, Venki Bhai came and Venki Bhai said, gold medal, there cannot be anyone competing for being a prankster. Sunil and Steven, eyes closed, gold medal. अब bronze medal के बारे में बात करो. That's what he said. बोले great players, बहुत बदमाश हैं दोनों. Anyway,
आप गलत बोल रहे. Sorry, दादा. Venki Bhai is the elder brother.
Disciple, master and the apprentice.
Yeah, master and the. So वो गलत बोल रहे. वो थोड़ा सा वो trying to clarify the thing.
Who was the style icon of that class of 2011?
Style icon.
Gouramangi Singh?
No, not really. I think Renu Bhai. He's always very well dressed, and he always look after himself more than I think any one of us in the group. So I think definitely it's him. It's him that who love to be clean, nice, look sharp. So yeah.
Even today.
Even today.
Did you have any singer in that group? Who was the best singer?
Singer. I don't remember anyone like singing, having a good voice singing, but like I know, again, back to Steven and Sunil, they can sing Hindi songs, all these Bollywood remixes, mostly the Bollywood remixes, some English songs, but yeah, they're good in that. I mean, having them in the room is always fun. I mean, they will not make us get bored. So they are fun. They will find a way that everyone is on their toes. So I think, yeah.
I keep telling Sunil, if you can keep, Sunil can't stay shut. He always speaks and talks. And the best thing you know about that, the best thing about him is that he speaks on all topics with so much authority. You speak to him of anything, he just carries on a conversation like anything. He can hold a conversation and he can never keep quiet. मैं एक दिन बोला कि 1 करोड़ रुपया प्राइज मिलेगा यदि आप चुपचाप रह सकते हो 5 मिनट 10 मिनट. The last one, who was the best dancer in that class of 2011? The best dancer.
Dancer. I think I think it goes to the entire team. You know, I don't know how many of them remember. This was, I don't know whether you need to remember me. I think we were staying in the Ashoka Hotel in Delhi, and I remember after winning one of the final, we all were down in the dance floor in the hotel itself, and it was such a good feeling, and also I don't know, such a nice atmosphere to see everyone there. Mahesh Bhai. Oh, I think the best dancer should go to Mahesh Bhai. No, so Mahesh would be the best dancer. Mahesh Bhai, Deepak Bhai, Abhishek Bhai, Sur Kumar. Just imagine. I don't know who was everyone. Each one of us were on the dance floor, and everyone of us were dancing. I mean, just whatever, like we were just doing, and all of us were there. Such a good. I don't know that the commander, like,
definitely. It was after the AFC Challenge Cup final win after Tajikistan at Hotel Ashoka. I very much remember that in one of the clubs at the Hotel Ashoka, happening clubs, and that's where that you are referring to. Definitely.
Yeah. So just to see every one of them, not even one player from the squad not saying no. I think it was Baichung Bai who said that make sure that everyone is there on the dance floor, and whether you know how to dance or not, you have to come out on the floor and do some moves. So to see every one of us, a lot of squad members, like, you know, a lot of players were not expected to be there. We all were there, and it was such a good I don't know, good environment.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit of the team. That's the spirit of the team.
Yeah,
that's what binds team together.
Yeah.
So, to say Shubhashish for best dancer, Bare Bhai is watching us.
No, because Sunil's, let's put it this way, like, you know, Steve, Sunil, Subhashish, you know, they are regular dancers. When I say regular dancers, Arindam to an extent, but Subhashish, Sunil, Steven, they are regular, you know, they're always there, like, you know, they are always dancing. But did you expect that Mahesh Bhai will be dancing? Sorry, Mahesh Bhai, I'm bringing out you here, but, like, you know, we remember you, like, you know, your moves are amazing, like, you know, so to see him is something that you were not expecting. So, like, let's give that, you know, the best dancer to Mahesh Bhai.
We give it to Mahesh Bhai. Friends and followers, we will be back in a short while, within 5 minutes max, or 3 to 4 minutes, as early as we can, because we are nearing the hour mark. The part 2 stays on the other side. Mangi, I'll just get in touch with you and we carry on this part 1. Part 2. Thanks for all being here for the part 1. See you very, very soon. Hello and a warm welcome once again to this part 2 of the segment 2, if we can call it, for a live chat with Mr. Gouramangi Singh, former Indian national team captain, former India under-19 captain, currently a very reputed coach. He's joined us. It's a very, very special day today because it's the 8th anniversary of India winning the 2012 Nehru Cup in Delhi. The first segment had Gouramangi Singh letting us know about so many secrets about the team. That lovely conversation with all of his, some of the current players, and especially the two iconic characters of Indian football, Sunil Chhetri and Subrata Paul. All of them who had joined us. We are waiting for Mangi to be joining us. He's joining us from Bengaluru, in fact. I believe I've spotted him. There he goes. Part 2, which we are waiting for, as his comments about, we'll be speaking about the present national team, the present situation of Indian football, and there is he has again joined us. Mangi, lovely to see you again, and we continue. Well, this is a kind of a family story for all who are watching us and following us. I don't know how many of you know it. And it's a story from the Singh mansion, if we can call it. It's a huge amount of sacrifice still in the family. Mangi has been a former Indian national team captain, currently a coach, but even his better half, his wife, has been leading the country from the front. People may ask how. And even as during the COVID pandemic situation, everyone prefers to stay indoors. Captain Pushpanjali has been flying the national carrier to several countries to pick up stranded Indians. She's a pilot captain with the Air India, and as that's part of her job, has been doing that relentlessly. A big salute to Captain Pushpanjali from the Indian football family, from friends, followers, Indian football, all of us who are so watching and all who are not watching. What is it about? Could you tell us more about her sacrifices, her support, what she gives it to you?
Lananda, she's a very dedicated professional. Let's put it that way. Because she was just doing her job. But when she got to know that she will be part of the Vande Bharat, she was the happiest. I was like, "Are you sure?" Because for me, of course, I wish the best for her, and I want her to do the best that she think that it's for her. But I was concerned as a spouse. I was concerned because of the safety, because of the the situation that we are in, the corona and pandemic. I was apprehensive, but most I was happy that to do, and she wanted to be actively part of the like bringing back the Indians who are stranded in the different countries, even during the early initial lockdowns. And in a good way, it was also, there were a lot of people reaching out to her as well, through Instagram, writing to her, trying to find out what are the plan, is there anything that inside that which they don't know that was already on a newspaper or online. So a lot of people were writing to her. I think so in a way, if I look back, I'm so proud of her that there was not a single moment where I felt that she was a little hesitant to go to work. No. Yes, it wasn't easy in the initial lockdowns where she has to go through 3 COVID tests, before going to flight, while coming back, then after 5 days. So even to do a flight, she has to go through 3 days, and which wasn't easy because it takes a lot of mentally. Just imagine you any test it can be, but you're waiting for the result for 24 hours, so you don't know what the result's going to be. So those are the basic thing I'm talking about. But again, to get exposed for the hours and hours on the flight. So, but I think then I sort of realized that it's me that who is trying to be a little protective about about her, the way things that she want to do. But maybe I should have known that her coming from a 4G background again, both her, I mean my mother-in-law who has served in the army as a medical officer for many years and still working for the Air India as a medical officer, even father-in-law who was an ex-Air Force officer, as a the guy's a year como, so coming from that again background, me as a civilian coming in is a little but honestly speaking, when I sit down, all of us on a dining table, it's a different, it gives me more that what I do on the pitch representing the country, it's different than what they do. Or even when I get to hear so many stories when I have a glass of wine with my father-in-law and telling me the stories about life of a Air Force officer, flying around, and it's different. And I think gives me a very much insight that the life that what I do as a sports person is very different, which is tough, but even what's also very real and very tough. So I think in somewhere we other sort of we try to have, and yeah, but again, she has been a very supportive. She understands my that I have to be my time, that for when it comes to coaching, or demand so much of it's a 24/7 job, as as a football coach. So she understands that. She's been very supportive all these years. So for that, I think maybe I'm lucky, that that she's. It's difficult, not easy. Again, saying that.
God bless God bless both of you and the entire family, and a big salute again to Captain Pushpanjali from leading from the front, flying the tricolor high in part of the Vande Bharat mission. Vangi, there's some fan questions from Saugata and Karthik, and they read a story about you venturing into organic farming out there. So what prompted you to do that?
Guys, honestly, it was not me who actually started or initiated, because my father studied agriculture, worked for the government just a couple of years back, like retired as an agriculture officer, and also I think because of my father, that we have this all small piece of farmlands where the family always through the year we try to grow something or the other. So it just so happened during this lockdown that even I ended up home, and my sister who take very keen interest when it comes to organic farming. So I was there, helping chilies, pumpkin. I think many. So it was fun. I mean, so I think I could say that siblings doing those farm work at our kitchen garden, or the farmland that we had.
There's another fan question which comes from Arya Man. He says there's been a different. Oh, lovely, lovely. That's lovely to hear. From Arya Man, he says there's been a different dimension to Indian football in recent past. Lot many exposure tours, the leagues being played in prime time, so many fan groups. How do you describe all of this development?
It's like we talk about the exposure tours with the ISL club, which is new, and and also but with the national teams, we have been traveling abroad, getting the foreign exposures, getting to play, which is more or less the players who are involved with the national setup are more or less used to it, because they have been getting to do it for the last many years. But now, like club going out, like I said, the ISL clubs, all those exposure trips, or having a pre-season abroad, which is not very usual in the Indian football circuit, but which is happening now. So I think it will only benefit us. It will only benefit us, and that is what we are that's what we are looking for. So, and I hope that we have more clubs coming in and setting out all these rules, and give more opportunities for for the boys. I mean, for the players.
Some technical glitches. Mangi, can you hear me?
Yeah, is it my network or your network?
Yeah, there were some technical glitches, temporary glitches. Comment coming from Eugene Sanlindo. Nice haircut. Hello, brother. Nice haircut. Eugene says.
Thank you.
Hi, Eugene.
Hi, Eugene. Thank you so much, man. It's not a haircut, because I've been trying to, training for the last couple of weeks, and I got so much of tan that, even my wife is already complaining that she couldn't recognize me now. So I become so dark now, so tan, and so I hope the little haircut can help me at least look normal.
Mr. Mr. Yutish, fan demands, can I get a shout out? Please, my name. Hi, Mr. Yutish. Lovely having you and do support us. Mangi, contemporary issue, and I know you are quite vocal about it. And this is a recent trend. It's about young players or all players approaching social media. There have been so many youngsters or even seasoned ones who have succumbed to all the adulation. So what's your advice to the youngsters, how to handle social media?
We cannot deny the access to the social media today because it has more or less become part of our life. I mean, not just the football players, but all of us, whether it's a junior player or the senior player or anyone, any normal, all of us has become, into social media. But saying that, as a professional now, for the youngsters, what they need to remember, I think it's a piece of advice to all the youngsters who are, really looking. I mean, don't try to. I mean, it's important that people know that what's happening in your life, but at the same time, what is also more important is that your priorities today. Say you are 18, 19 years old and you're looking to establish in a club, and your time should be more. I'm not talking about just spending the time that you spend on a social media might be just an hour or two, but the thing is that you're thinking about it, and you carry it forward when you reach gym or a training session, or that doesn't help again. So that means you're not helping because you decided and you choose that, or decided to become a football player. So now you're there. So your primary job is to do the best that you can when it comes to your job. Long as you are doing your job, I think it's fine. So I don't think so we can say much about it. But as a senior, pros who live that life, and maybe not as much the social media that we are having today, attention that we're getting today. But like I said again, just don't forget and remember that what's your priority. Like I said again, it's not about, if you might say, oh, I was just on the phone for an hour. But the thing is, if you carry forward in the training and the gym, thinking about it again, then that means you're not 100% your mind is not 100% in the gym and the training. So that will affect you. So it's just a very sincere, as a senior, someone who had played the game, it's my advice. So as much as you want to say that, no, I just try to spend a little time. But the thing is, without you realizing it, your mind and body is not on the same line. So that can affect you, not now, not tomorrow, but in the next few months and years time. Eventually, you might, then it might be too late for you to. By the time there are your contemporaries already gone too ahead because they are doing or took the right path. It is try to stay away from the social media. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be stay away from social media, but just be sure that what they're doing. You need to be sure of what you are doing and be aware of what's happening. But your priority compromise.
Very, very valuable advice coming in. Priority cannot be compromised, and you need to understand what the priority is. Last two questions before we let you go. This is a fan question again, Mangi, comes from Pankaj, and it's about your coaching stint. Now that currently you are a coach, how much is coaching different from playing? Do you sometimes feel helpless, wish that you were on the field playing for the team? And how is it different?
No, no, it's different. But I think I have mentioned about this, in our conversation where I said the end result is the same. The player and the coach both are trying to win a football match. So the end result is the same, but the job is different. Because here, the player here is trying to understand what the coach wants and, fit into a system and play according to what the team want and what the coach wants. But here, the coach is trying to set the rules and regulations and the style and do all the background work, what he believes that is the way how the team should play, and try to pass on that message or develop a system that he or she thinks that will fit in, do well for, for his team. So it's a two different job. And I think the other one is, but again, as a player, it's much easier, I would say. When I say easy, because you're only worrying about yourself. When I was playing, I was only thinking about my recovery, my diet, and what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, my sleep time, What am I feeling good or not? Am I ready? So I'm worried about it. So once I'm done, I go back and looking for my ice bath. Then I'm looking for my sleep and my food. But now here, I have to be part of preparing all of that. So it's a little more hard work, I would say. Yeah, of course, I don't do the running now that the boys do, but it's a more thinking. It's lot of work.
So you mean to say that the Samay coach needs to have his man management skills, means be sublime in his man management skills.
Yeah, that is what, again, I mean, back to, I think, there's not much difference between a player and a coach. Even the coach and the player both are looking to win a football match, and they both are trying to learn and fit into a system for the player and for the coach. So whether it's a man management, you call it as a man management, or planning a session, or about studying about opposition, or reflecting on the training performance of the boys. It's again, you are every day trying to get better and grow. So of course, man management is just one part, but I think that's not the only solution or the answer to win a football match. So I think there's a lot of, like I said again, it's the right time at the right place. Everything has to fall into place for that. So that's what I believe. So even I myself, just putting everything that I can and to learn and better every day. So that is, I think it's more the same. Just that it's a little different. One is just thinking more about himself to be fit into the coach system, but here the coach is looking for to develop a system where he thinks that it will have the team win. So I think it's just different there, but the end result is the same. That both wants to win football match.
So you are signing Badavai Subroto Paul sometime soon?
Yeah, that will be my honor. that would be my honor, honestly. But yeah, you never know. But I just want him to continue playing for long as he can, because when I see him at times, his son is all fully super fit body in our WhatsApp group. And I was like, I hope you're not, you haven't done any editing or whatever, it's all Photoshop, that. I hope it's you, so trying to, tease us that, that I'm still fit, but you guys are not. But I said, no, I do still have that. I'm still fit. So those are the little talks that we have, chit chat that we have in the group. Yeah.
This is kind of crazy. The other day I asked him on a personal note, कि सुब्रतो थोड़ी सी फैट कम करे. बोले दादा सूर्य नमस्कार कर लो. मैं बोला अच्छा सूर्य नमस्कार कितना करे? He told me 250 कर लो. मैं बोला how many? बोले 250, 300 target करो. And on first day, बोले yeah. I'm okay, thank you. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
The last question, Mangi. This is a very how do you see this development? There's been many influx of ex-players who have taken to coaching immediately after hanging their boots. So many players, yourself, Clifford, Renedy, Maharaj, if remembering the class of 2011. Subroto has done his C license, I believe so, or maybe B. How will it benefit Indian football in the near future?
Definitely, it will benefit Niranjita, but I think this has always been the case. It's just that now things are much better. When I say things are because we already there are like I mentioned to you about Savio sir. This was when I did my C license in 2014. I was actively playing for the ISL teams. I did my C license. So it was Savio sir, throwing questions to me that what have you thought about it? So I wasn't planning at the time. But so now not just me, but I'm pretty sure all these former players who are already into coaching definitely someone must have spoken to them, or it's just maybe self-realization that they want to get into coaching. So now the thing is, by the time you are done, so you started your all initial license, you completed while you are playing. So that means you are not wasting time during the off seasons. Yes, you are trying to keep yourself fit, but at the same time, if you have kept fit in 20 days, you try to go for the licenses, you complete that, and once you're done, because even now to complete this A license, you need to go through 3 modules, and it goes for the entire year. So for that, you need to be free. So during your actively playing time probably might be not possible. But like once you're done, so Sabius always talk about this. Try not to take a break. Like once you're done, once you decided that you're done, you're done. Then you think that you wanted to get into coaching, so finish it up all this A license. So I think that somehow, I try my best, and I completed last year, right? So so at least still try to understand, try to learn and get better every day. So all these players, former players who had a good careers as a players coming in will definitely help, because now they are trying to understand the game from a different perspective, or on the other side from the line. But they had their experience as a player, which something will be always with them. And if they can, both the things like the experience and also your the education coming in together, and it's not about always in the I League or the ISL. So the more coaches, it will benefit more boys. So we need more and more, and the number that we are talking is not enough. So we need more coaches, not just in the I League and ISL or the second division I League. We need more in the, maybe even like down towards the like commercial soccer schools, or even to the academies, like smaller academies in the villages. So we need more coaches. So having more good coaches will only future that I do feel. Good coaches, then you will definitely have there's a chances of having more coming of more good students, then who will benefit eventually. The Indian football will benefit. I mean, it's a very generic line that I'm just saying it now, but eventually we talk about qualities now. So good quality, qualified, experienced coaches coming in will definitely help, because
Sure.
there'll be more competition. There'll be more people who live, like for someone like me. I don't know anything other than football. I live, as you know me from when I was in my academy years, and from GF for last 20 years, I don't do anything. I just play football and coaching. Maybe in the last was 1 year or 1.5 years. So all I know is everything about this game, and I talk about this game. I try to read, I try to study, and everything is all revolved around this game. So I think not just me, but you talk about Mehraj, Ranjibai, who is this? Climax, Clifford,
Ishfaq,
everyone.
Mahesh Bhai,
Yeah, Mahesh Bhai,
Stephen,
Venki Bhai. Yeah, Steven,
Stephen,
Venki Bhai. Yeah, Ishfaq. And Nandida, anyone, even Subhash just finishes. Subhash just finishes. He's playing. He's very much part of the ISL team, but he just finishes. Even the coaching, I think, whatever level 1 goalkeeping, and he's done with the B license. It's not about the license. It's about that he also has the eager to learn, go out there and study, understand the game. So I think probably that will help. So
Sure,
help
definitely.
eventually. Yeah, these boys, all these names that we just spoken for the last 10 years, they have been very much actively part of the Indian football circuit, and they have played the game for many years, longest of time. And instead of they going out doing other stuff, they are still in the game. I do think it will definitely help, because their exposure, their experience will eventually be useful.
Yeah, definitely. Indian football looks forward to such coaches, right, from the Golden Baby Leagues to the grassroots to the academies, the youth leagues, the second division, and then up the pyramid. Speaking about second division, it just cropped my mind to ask you this last question. How's the preparation going on? Means, how are you looking forward? Because you are
Yeah,
currently...
yeah, we've done with our recruitment, and we just like in the quarantine, and just trying to start like a little bit of work, start doing some work. So looking all right. I mean, so in football we don't know what's going to happen, so we are just prepared. We're going to come and at least try to win as many matches as possible, and see where we end up at the end of the tournament. So we are all in. We are just preparing the best we can. Slowly getting into the rhythm now. So hopefully, I think we should be ready, and just ready and try to play some good football. Yeah.
Sure. Good luck for that. Good luck for your entire future life. And it's a real privilege from our side to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Gouramangi Singh, real privilege.
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you so much for having me, and just all the best. You're someone who I have a lot of respect, and knowing you for years, and not just because I'm saying it because you are in front of me, but we'll be in touch, and look forward to seeing you soon, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you for your kind words. Pleasure entirely mine. All of those you watched, thank you so much, and keep watching AIFF TV. Until then, back the blue, and Gouramangi Singh, stay safe and stay good. Thank you.
Thank you, Tingazinda. Thank you so much.